Okay. This morning, Kelly is going to be making bacon. Vegan bacon. Fakin'. It's like my very favorite meat substitute. It actually gets crispy and crunchy, and it's really yummy. I'm going to have a BLT, except I don't like tomato, so it'll just be a BLM because it'll have vegan mayonnaise on it. So.
Or you can use your peanut sauce stuff that I made, the firecracker peanut sauce on it.
Yeah, I'm just doing traditional old school.
Okay, I know you like the other sauce.
All right, show us how to make bacon.
Okay, first I'm going to get my pan going here, get it hot. While that's heating up, I'm going to make the sauce that goes in it to give you the flavor. So you want 2 tablespoons of, you can use either soy sauce, tamari sauce, the Bragg's liquid amino. Any of those will do the same thing.
You are using a low sodium soy sauce.
That's what I have with me on the bus, yes, low sodium. Then you want 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. And every time I say maple syrup, make sure it's the pure maple syrup. It's the real stuff.
Yeah, a lot of times you buy maple syrup and it's just a sugar-flavored, watery mixed stuff. Even though it says maple syrup on it, it's not really maple syrup.
So a tablespoon of that goes in there. And then smoked paprika, a teaspoon will go in here.
You know this recipe by heart?
You got it. I'm putting a teaspoon of smoked paprika. You say I know it by heart, but typically I would put a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika and a half a teaspoon of chipotle. But I don't have chipotle with me, so you can substitute smoked paprika for it.
Okay.
And then onion powder. You want a half teaspoon. And another substitute I'm making, I'm using lemon pepper because I don't have sumac with me. And sumac is can get pricey, so lemon pepper is a substitute for that. Still going to get the same flavor, taste on it.
It would be the same amount of sumac that you just put in there that you did lemon pepper?
Yep, it's a teaspoon, or sorry, a half teaspoon of all these ingredients here now. And then sea salt. Get that in there. Black pepper. And then some hickory liquid smoke. If you do like a smokier bacon, you can add a little bit more of this, but a little goes a long way. And then that just gets mixed up, but my pan should be hot here, so I'm using coconut oil. I've got the liquid kind with me. It doesn't have to be liquid, but you can use out of the jar. So you're just going to put a tablespoon or 2 in here, nice hot pan. And then I'm using coconut flakes.
That's going to be the bacon. It
And
sounds really
before
weird.
this, I never liked coconut. I absolutely hated coconut.
She does. She
But
still
I
hates
love
coconut.
this.
But
I love this. You want to make sure you get the flakes. Before I couldn't find flakes, so sometimes it's hard to find in the store. So I bought the shredded coconut, and it just kind of disintegrated when you tried to. I mean, it cooked up okay, but as soon as you tried to add it
was
to anything,
mushy,
it
yeah.
just disintegrated on everything for you. So this you need to keep an eye on because you will burn it if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, so this is the big flakes of it.
I wish I had a bigger pan, but since we're on a bus, I do not.
So we won't have bacon strips today, but we'll have chunks of bacon that are just as good.
And there's a bunch of different ways to make bacon. I've never tried the other ways, but I hear that they're all yummy. Some you can do with eggplants, where you just really thin, and you pretty much use the same kind of sauce, but you're baking it. But yeah, you just need to keep.
Want this to be more level?
We're fine. You just need to keep this moving because it's going to toast up pretty quick. Toast it up here. Okay, so I realized that after I dumped that whole bag in that I really should only put half of that bag in. I got too excited about making bacon. So I am going to go ahead and double what I said in the sauce. Otherwise, you're only supposed to put half of that bag, which is about 1.5 cups.
Okay.
It's getting closer to being done here. Everything's getting pretty toasty in here. Now, the longer you toast it, of course, you're taking the chance of burning it, but it's going to taste better if you get a little more toasty, because once you pour that sauce in it, it's really going to absorb everything. And I definitely like the taste of it better, the ones that are toasted, more than what's not. The other pieces tend to get a little soggy. Now that it's all toasted up real good, I'm going to go ahead and pour the sauce on. You need to be careful here because once this hits the pan, it is going to sizzle up on you. And you just want to mix this up real good, keep it going, coated real good. And you just need to let it cook for 1 to 2 minutes so it incorporates all of that in there to get the yummy flavor. Oh, if you could smell this right now.
Oh, it smells so good in there. It's amazing that it does not smell like coconut, though.
No, you smell the coconut when you're first making it.
And if I blindfolded you and put this in your mouth, coconut would not come out of your mouth as far as what it was.
Not it, as long as you've got it toasted real good and covered. Okay, and then you're just going to turn this off. Making sure it's coated really well. And then I always take it and put it on some paper towel and kind of let it just cool some. If you leave it in the pan, it might start sticking. But this is the best way to get it to cool down. And then I just put it in, I use lock and lock containers. It's a little, keep it nice for you for several days.
And then we use it for anything you put bacon on.
Yep. And then I do refrigerate it. And it lasts at least a week.
It is very susceptible to moisture, though.
Yeah. So that's why I put the lock and lock container. So nothing's getting in it.
Like if it's real humid out and you leave it sit out, it gets mushy, kind of.
So you just want to kind of spread this out a little bit and let it sit and cool. The longer it sits, the crunchier it's going to end up getting.
My BLT is going to be on bagel thins, so it's like a really skinny little bagel. Put it in the toaster. So that is a Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise that's going on there, so it's made without eggs. But it really tastes just like regular mayonnaise.
Better.
Better. This is going to be a breakfast sandwich.
If you say so. I'd be putting egg or something on it, but... Is that all you want on there?
Yes, that's so good.
And then I had an air fryer. I made some potatoes this morning. So I just chopped up some potatoes, put a little bit of oil on them, and there is some onion and some sweet pepper in there, with a little salt, pepper, and garlic.
I get a good breakfast.
Okay, instead of having a sandwich like Scott is, I think my breakfast is better. I'm using that same omelet that I did before the mixture, and I've got red onions and spinach in there. Just cook that up, put the egg mixture on it like I did before with a little bit of the cheese. And then I'm just gonna come over here and stick it on the pan. I'm not gonna flop it over yet because I'm gonna take, instead of eating this on the side, I'm gonna take and put the potatoes on the inside. And I'm gonna scoop a little bit of the bacon in it. And this time that cheese that I used smoked provolone. And I really like this cheese. And then now I'm just gonna go ahead and fold this over. And there's my breakfast.
Yummy. Except I don't like spinach like that.